Hi friends, I'm here with a yoga offering. As always, please go at your own pace, rest whenever you need to, and feel free to skip things or change things if they're not working for you today. Let's begin sitting. If you have something you want to sit up on, you can grab it, a blanket or cushion. Come into a comfortable cross-legged position. And either close your eyes or take a soft gaze towards the floor in front of you. Start to slow down your breath. You can let your eyes open, keeping a soft focus, and feel free to open and close your eyes as it's useful for you throughout your practice. Let's begin by taking the right arm up, bend it straight back on itself, grab your elbow, and take it back. As you pull your elbow back, if your ribs strut out, see if you can drop them down, maybe draw the belly in. And then release. Right arm up, open it out, take it across. Hook with the other arm and bring it in as close as you can. As you do this, you might draw back through your right shoulder so you're still square across the chest, trying to keep the torso open, even, nice and long and wide. And then release, arm out, rotate your thumb to point down, wrap it around behind your back, so back of your hand is at your waist. Interlace fingers at your waist. Pull the knuckles around towards the front, and then elbows towards one another, and circle your right shoulder. Just a little bit of movement in a place that may be creaky or tight here. Keeping fingers interlaced, reach both arms back, open up the chest. And then fold forward any amount, maybe dropping your head, could be coming part way or all the way to the floor. And then release, come up, hands to knees, round back. Lean away from hands on knees, drop your chin. And then roll your way back up. And let's recross the leg, so the other leg is in front or on top, sitting tall. Take the left arm up, bend it straight back on itself, grab your elbow, and take it back. So in each pose, we are simply exploring our own limits. There's nowhere to get except where you are. Shouldn't feel any different, look any different. Release, arm up, open it out, take it across. Hug it in as close as you can and draw back through the left shoulder. So we don't want to go beyond our limits. That's how maybe injury occurs. But not hanging back too much either. So not just what's comfortable or familiar, but right up to the edge. Let's release, arm out, thumb points down, wrap it around. This time, when you go to interlace your fingers, try the other thumb on top, knuckles towards the front, elbows towards one another, and then circle your left shoulder. Keeping fingers interlaced, reach both arms back, open up the chest, and then fold any amount, maybe just dropping your head, maybe coming towards the floor, maybe reaching arms up and back away from you. Doing what feels right, going to your edge. Let's release. Come up, hands to knees, round back. Lean away from your hands on your knees. And then roll your way back up. Let's bring feet to the floor, hip width apart. Hands to the floor in front of your feet, and then take a little rock front to back. Stretching the toes as you go forward, and stretching calves, ankles, Achilles tendon as you go back. And also waking up the hands. Spread your fingers, feel the palms of your hands touching the floor. Let's drop the heels. Lift the hips and come back to hang in ragdoll. Allowing the weight of your body to release towards the floor, letting gravity do the work for you. You just surrender, feeling the heaviness of your head dropping. Muscles of your face releasing. Let's plant the hands near the front of the mat. Step back into a high push-up position, shoulders right above the wrists. Strong core supporting you, lifting up from the underside. And then shift your weight forward as you lower down, low push-up, and come into your back bend. And this could be as low or high as feels right for you. Little baby cobra. Testing the waters, maybe coming up a bit higher or moving around in any way. How is it to be in your body in this shape now? And then back to down dog when you're ready, hips high. Take any movement here. You might shift the hips side to side or pedal out your feet. What helps you wake things up? What helps you get into your body? Drop your knees and sink back to child's pose. Just practicing that as a good rest, remembering that you have the option of resting anytime. With arms out in front of you. Walk your hands over to the left and then pull back through your right hip, stretching right side a little more. Come through center and over to the other side. Pull back through your left hip, stretching left side a bit more. And then back to center. Let's lift up through table. Come back through down dog. Bend your knees, look forward, and lightly hop or step your feet to the front of your mat. Inhaling, flat back. Exhale, fold. Let your head release fully. Inhale, up to standing. Exhale, arms press down. Let's take a full A-series sun salutation. Next inhale, arms sweep high. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. And back to down dog. This time from down dog, take your right leg up. Bend your knee to your chest and start circling this bent right knee, making the biggest circle possible for your hip joint. Next time your leg is up, reach it straight. Circle your ankle a few times, big circles both directions. Take your leg a little higher and then bring your right knee towards right upper arm. Extend it up and back. Take it across towards left upper arm. Reach it up and back. Now right towards the center of your chest. Extend it up and back. Big step forward. High lunge, arms up. Settle in, sink low. Let's grab the left wrist and take it over for a side bend. Come over to the other side, grab your right wrist. Back to center. Interlace fingers behind your back. Lift the heart. Release arms up. Tip forward. Standing splits. Hands to the floor or to a couple of blocks. We'll do this with hips square. And with the upper body letting go, like ragdoll. One more breath here. Step back, warrior one, drop the back heel, inhale, arms up. Settle in, deep bend in the front leg, straight long back leg. One more breath. Release, make your way to down dog, however you get there. Maybe a vinyasa, maybe just stepping back. From down dog, when you're ready, left leg sweeps up. Bend your knee in and start circling this bent left knee. Next time your leg is up, reach it straight. Circle your ankle a few times, big circles, both directions. Take your leg a little higher, and left knee towards left upper arm. Reach it up and back. Take it across towards right upper arm. Send it up and back. And right towards the center of your chest. Extend it up and back. Big step forward. High lunge, arms up. Settle in. Grab the right wrist. Take it over for a side bend. Come over to the other side. Back to center. Interlace fingers behind your back. Other thumb on top this time. Open up the heart. Hips low. Release arms up. Tip forward, standing splits. We'll do this with hips square. Let your head hang. Let your neck release. You Can there be effort in one place and surrender everywhere else? Last breath. Step back. Warrior one. Last breath here. Release. Make your way back to a good resting pose, which could be down dog or any other neutral shape, including child's pose, sitting, forearms, knees. Last breath here. Let's come back through down dog and step or hop your feet forward. Inhaling, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up to standing. Exhale, arms press down. Let's bend the knees and come into chair, Utkatasana. Doing all the work you know to do, attending to the details you are aware of, fully expressing the pose as you're able, and letting it be just like this. One more breath. Release, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. Back to down dog. Right leg sweeps up, one breath. Step forward, high lunge. Arms up. Warrior three, shift forward and find your balance. You can modify or adjust however you need to. Try and have hips square and your torso and your left leg forming a straight line. Whatever angle works for you. Torso can be high, leg can be low. Just have them connected. One more breath here. Really step back, warrior one, just one breath. Make your way to down dog. From down dog, when you're ready, left leg sweeps up. Step forward, high lunge. Arms up. Warrior three. Is there anything to lengthen, expand, open? Is there anything to let go of? Ground, surrender. Last breath here. Step back, warrior one. Release. Make your way back to a good rest. Simplifying. If even for just a few moments, nothing to do, nowhere to get, nothing to fix or figure out. Last breath here. Come back through down dog and step or hop your feet forward. Inhaling, flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, arms up. Inhale, chair. Exhale, straighten. Again, inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop back. Lower down, up dog or cobra. Back to down dog. Right leg sweeps up. Step forward, high lunge. Arms up. Warrior 3, 1 breath. Step back, warrior 1. From here, let's come into eagle arms. Right elbow on top of left. Lift the chest, but sink the hips. Little upper back arch, but try and keep the back of the lower back long. So tail dropping, belly lifting. And then shift your weight forward, come onto the toes of that back foot and step into eagle, Garudasana. Knee on top of knee. If you can hook your ankle around your calf, do so. If it doesn't reach, just hug it in close. One more breath here. And then unwind, half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. When you're ready, extend the left arm high. Going towards straight, long lines from one arm to the other. Last breath here. Release. Optional handstand swing. So we're going to make our way back to down dog. If on your way you want to take a few handstand swings, you're welcome. Get your hands flat and then swing that left leg up and down. Getting a little air time for the right foot. Whenever you're ready, make your way to down dog, however you get there. Feel what you are doing. Take the time you need. From down dog, when you're ready, left leg sweeps up. Step forward, high lunge. Arms up. Warrior 3, 1 breath. Step back, warrior 1. Eagle arms, left elbow on top. Nice upper back arch, but lower back protected and long. One more breath here. Shift your weight forward, come onto the toes of that back foot, and step into eagle, Garudasana. Knee on top of knee, hips nice and low. One more breath here. Unwind, half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. So we are in control of our intention and usually not the results. So here, separating the two, going towards balance, towards full expression, towards all the things you know to do. And then let it be how it is. Blessing it. Last breath here. Release. Make your way to down dog. Maybe a couple handstand swings on your way. You can do as many or few as you like, including none. Finding your way back to a good rest. Slowing down. Letting go of everything we've just done, everything we might do. Last breath here. Let's come back through down dog. And step or hop your feet forward. Inhaling, flat back. Exhale, fold. Let's bend the knees, lift the heels, and come down to a toe balance. So we're gonna try and balance on the toes. You can use props if you need to, if you wanna use some blocks or furniture or something. You can have arms out or hands together. Feel nice and tall through the spine, breath deep. And then walk both hands over to the right. So you can start with your fingertips on the floor. If you can get both palms flat and both elbows to the outside of the legs, you might try side crow. So side crow is like leaning out over a cliff, just like regular crow. Maybe you get one foot off the floor, maybe both. You could even rest your head on the floor. So finding a balance between the head and the hips. Breathing, don't do anything that's going to hurt yourself. Feel where you are, wherever that is. And then release. Take a moment at center, and then try the other side. So you can start with fingertips on the floor. This might be where you stay. If you can get palms flat and both elbows to the outsides of the legs, you might lean out like you're leaning out over a cliff. More weight in the hands, less weight in the feet. Your head may come very close to the floor. You could even gently rest it on the floor. Breathing wherever you are. And then release. Let's bring arms back around. Lift the hips, separate your feet, and hang in ragdoll. Maybe give your wrists a little rub or circle. If that was enough on the wrists, stay here, hang in ragdoll, or come to a squat. If you want to try regular crow, you can take a little step back from the front of the mat if you need space. Set your hands shoulder width apart, knees to the upper arms. Shift your weight forward, more weight in the hands, less weight in the feet. So the point isn't to get somewhere. The point is to explore your edges. So as you move towards your edge, wherever that ends up being today, can you feel what you're doing? Can you relax your face? Can your breath be steady where you are right now? If you were in your hands, come back to your feet, and again, wrist release in the way that feels good for you. Maybe stand hand. You could slide your hands under your feet. If that doesn't work for you, just give them a little circle or rub. Let your head hang. Neck release. Let's make our way back to down dog. If you want to take crow again, work on hopping out of crow, you are welcome. You can also just step back, take a regular vinyasa to get back. If feel what you are doing, whatever that is. Send the right leg up, one breath. Step forward, high lunge. Arms up. Let's take a twist here. Left elbow across to the outside of the right knee. Work the palms towards the center of the chest, opening through the top shoulder. There's lots of other variations of this. If you would prefer to take a low lunge, you could drop the back knee. If you would prefer to extend your arms or bind them, you're welcome. One more breath here. Release, hands to the floor. If you have blocks, you may want to grab your blocks, and we're going to drop the back knee. If you want to pad it, feel free to put a blanket or cushion under it or roll up the side of your mat. Take the hips back for a hamstring stretch. Inch the front foot forward. Flex the toes back. Going towards hip square, towards a flat back, towards folding. And if you want to go towards splits, Hanumanasana, that is an option. If you did slide forward, slide your way back. To release, let's bring both hands to the inside, turn out through the right foot, and then shift your weight forward, coming down onto forearms, maybe on blocks or the floor. You can shift your weight one way or the other. If you want to add a quad stretch to this and it works for you, you can bend the back leg, reach for it, and draw it in. If that doesn't work, don't do it. And then release. Make your way back to down dog. From down dog, left leg sweeps up. Step forward, high lunge. Arms up. Take a twist. Something similar to what you did on the first side. So if you did end up in a prayer twist, you can do that again. If you extended your arms or took a low lunge or tried for a bind, finding something similar. Last breath here. Release, hands to the blocks or the floor, drop the back knee, take the hips back, inch the front foot forward, flex toes back. Exploring your limits. It really doesn't need to look or feel or be any different than that ends up being for you, at least not now anyways. Sometimes I have an idea of how it should be that is different than how it is, and then I'm suffering. And so my work, the work I'm inviting you to do, is to continue to separate intention from result. So when I'm suffering, that just gives me an opportunity to get in touch with what it is that I value. So maybe it's greater health and well-being, and in the moment I'm feeling discomfort. So I can just redouble down on my intention to go towards greater health and well-being while I grow in capacity to allow it to be just like it is. If you did slide forward, slide it back, bring both hands to the inside, turn out through the left foot. So in that way, in this physical practice, which I see as just like a mini life opportunity to practice these mental ideas, these rehabit patterning. If you did add a quad stretch, go ahead and grab that again. The poses where it doesn't end up being how you wish it were are golden opportunities. That's where we get to do the work of feeling how it is, noticing the resistance, letting it go. You can only control what you can control. You can go towards what you want 100%, and then it's going to be how it is. So can I find surrender when it's not my first choice? Can I find surrender when I've done my best and it's like this, whatever this is? Let's release. Make your way back to a good rest. Letting go. Coming back to ease. Coming back to a place where it may be a little bit easier to surrender. Surrender where it's easy. And then we practice surrendering where it's a little harder and a little harder and a little harder. Last breath here. Let's make our way onto our backs if you want to come back through down dog or take some movement transition on your way. You're welcome. Knees in, little circle or rock with your knees. We'll set up for a couple back bends, starting with bridge. Feet hip width apart, parallel. Press your feet down, lift your hips high. Once your hips are high enough, interlace your fingers behind your back. Shrug your shoulders underneath you, spreading the upper back and lower back away from one another. When the pose feels complete, come down and rest. Rest until you feel like coming up again. If you feel like coming up again, you can take any back bend you want. It could be bridge, what we just did, or half wheel or full wheel. Any arm or leg variation you know or want to try. Each time the pose feels finished, come down and rest. Whether you're back bending, transitioning, or resting, feeling what you are doing. If you have more back bends in you, keep going. Some days there's a lot of energy for the back bends. Go for it if that's happening for you now. If you want something more restorative, do that. And if you are finished, you can move on to a counter stretch. So that could be anything that helps you release your back and integrate what you've just done. So I'm going to suggest happy baby, but if there's something else you'd prefer, do that. I'll be winding down this practice soon. You can always keep practicing if you want to. If you want to wind things down with me now, really listen to what you need. Is there a part of your body that could use some extra attention? Is there a pose you'd like to get in? Doesn't have to be anything anyone taught you. Doesn't have to be a known yoga pose. Can move around, explore, experiment. And keep going with that until you feel complete. And then you can start getting comfortable in your final resting pose, Savasana. Get as comfortable as you can. If you want to adjust your clothing or grab props. Eventually settling into stillness. Letting go of the control of your breath. Slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. And let this movement increase gradually through your wrists and ankles, and then stretching out through your arms and legs. When you're ready, bring your knees in. And roll to one side. Pausing there for a moment. Use your hands to help you up to sitting. We'll bring hands together at the heart. Namaste. Thank you. Thanks so much for practicing with me today. Hope you have a good rest of your day. If you have any requests for future offerings, I love to hear from folks and what you're interested in doing. I usually just do exactly what I feel like doing and hope it's useful for some of you, but happy to take your requests.